Hello everyone, and welcome back to the domination of Scotland. Before we get to attacking these assholes, though, we need to just quickly take a look at our crap here. Our notifications, once again, we have been surpassed as the richest faction. In fact, it is the Danes who are now the richest. We got a spy trying to head into Paris. Of course, he was caught at the gates, though. He managed to escape, though, unfortunately. We have a new mission to acquire Domenico, who is an independent merchant trading salt in Brittany, and unfortunately he has like a massive amount of skill, so I doubt we'll be able to acquire him. So I guess we could try, though. I don't have any good merchants anywhere near Domenico, unfortunately. Maybe I could assassinate him. I don't think that would solve the issue, but like, that's not the mission, but maybe I can assassinate some other merchants. Some Genoese generals? No. Maybe a Genoese diplomat? 90%. Yes, let's do it. We'll kill Anselmo de Parma just for fucking kicks, I guess. Harold Fitzhenry is a new bishop somewhere or other. Herbert Lazouche is the guildmaster of assassins, which is quite sad. He only has 3 skill points. Now, Miles of Gloucester is also now the Duke of Clermont, so that's great. There we go. A few things are happening, interesting things. Most importantly, though, York has upgraded, and now it is a large city, rivaling London itself, actually. It's only 2,000 people behind in population, which is nuts. For some reason, York is growing at an extremely fast pace. And London, our capital, will probably soon be eclipsed by York, which is just fine. I don't really care either way. Galway now has a practice range, and we're not going to build anything in Galway for now. I don't see any point. Marseille, we can build a school or an abbey, or perhaps a tavern, might as well. Clermont has a library, and look at that. Clermont is plumb out of things to build, and that's just fine. We can recruit another assassin, though, just for the hell of it. We'll send him down to Iberia as well, probably. I was going to send Herbert Lazouche to assassinate some merchants, but it appears that we've sent him another direction for some reason. Okay, Aubrey Bonville is going to trade in salt, and he actually has quite a lot of skill himself, so actually, you know, let's see if we can get him on the glass. No, we've got a Kievan merchant on the glass, and unfortunately, if we tried to acquire him, he would absolutely kick our ass, so we're just going to trade in this salt. We will be relegated to the salt for now, which is not too bad. Salt is always great. Geoffrey of Ireland can actually build a watchtower now, so that's awesome. We can keep an eye on Milan from this very watchtower. And now we need to build yet another right in front of Agostino Perez. He's going to build this watchtower and a wall just to keep Agostino out of our lands. Agostino has gone to bed, and now he is awoken, and there's a watchtower right in his fucking face. And he's left perplexed at how such a thing has occurred, and he has Geoffrey of Ireland to thank for it. But, let's see what else is going on. Not much at all. I was going to attack Scotland before I ended last turn, but I took a look at Jacques de Bouillon's army here, and he still has a lot of Crusader units, so I was really hoping that if we waited a turn, Jacques would be forced to disband those Crusader units, considering our crusade is now over, but apparently that's not how it works. We now have Vilnius, and the crusade is over, but the Crusader units are still alive and kicking, unfortunately for us. So it looks like we're going to have to take them out. But I do have 4 battles to fight, so I think what I'll do is I'll fight the most interesting battle, the biggest, largest battle probably ever in our campaign, which is the Siege of Brugge, and then we'll go from there. I'm not sure if you'd want to see the Battle of Ham or Antwerp or Metz, but I'm probably just going to do these 3 battles off camera. I might as well. There is a possibility of you guys seeing the Siege of Ham, but I wouldn't count on it. But I don't think there's a lot we need to do before I jump right into that battle. I do need to try to kill this witch, however. 49%. Reginald Beaufort is going to try to take her out, and he failed. He failed to denounce her, and now he has the trait of poor prosecutor, which has made him lose skill. So next time we try to prosecute, it's going to be even worse than it is now. Maybe Gerard Lumley can take care of her, though. 42% success rate. Bam! Gerard Lumley takes care of it, like, no problem. There we go. And he also gains traits due to that assassination, and he is actually better than our guildmaster after just like one assassination. We might as well send this guy to Northern Europe. Perhaps there's some merchants there we can kill, for there is a big pile of salt here with a Norwegian on it, and there's amber in Denmark we could probably place a merchant on. Unfortunately, all of our merchants are just so subpar that they can't actually acquire anyone. Like, they can't acquire slaves, they can't acquire, I don't know, masseuses. I just picked a random fucking profession off the top of my head, and it kind of turned out to be weird. I don't know what the hell that says about me, but there you go. We've got Ralph of York ready to pounce as well on Metz, so we might as well get him ready to reinforce. There we go. Yes, maintain that siege. Actually, you know what? We can get Ralph of York to build some additional siege equipment as well. So he has his very own siege equipment. Thomas Paget as well can do the same. There we go. Just some random shit. Eustace Vaughn might as well build an additional amount of siege equipment. You know what? We could probably actually just let these sieges continue for one more turn as we build those siege pieces. And then reinforcements will be able to take part in the battle as well. There's no rush to take these cities out right now. Yeah, we have salt that might be worthwhile trading in Brittany. I don't think there's really a whole lot of useful trade goods within our borders, unfortunately. Wine is alright, but it's not the best. And we don't have any good merchants either. Dyes are actually quite good. Let's see. No, we can't acquire fucking anything. Damn, man, this is not good. We can trade in textiles for a few florins. Let's see, what would we be able to trade? Wine for 145, not bad. 186 from that salt. 186 from that one. 434 from this amber. So you know what? Let's attempt to take out this merchant with our assassin. There we go. 14% success. Never mind, that's not going to work. If we pair up our merchant with a unit, I'm sure we can move the unit onto that and steal it, but that's a bit exploitive. I don't know if I want to do that. There's not a lot going on in Denmark, though. We've got our spy here, Miles Plantagenet, and he's just kind of poking around, not seeing a whole lot. Speaking of merchants, though, we've got our merchants heading for Africa and our merchants heading for Constantinople. A few more turns, and those two assholes will be there. Well, we have a spy as well as a merchant, Guy Walgrave. He has quite a lot of skill, though, so he may be able to make some headway in the Byzantine Empire. But you know what? We might as well end the turn right about now. I have so many fucking agents, you guys. It's very difficult to keep track of what is going on, but I'm doing my very best. Let's just take a look, though, at how many merchants we have just not doing anything. We've got one merchant in the sea. This guy's in Lorraine. Doing what? I have no idea. Moving towards this salt, perhaps? 5%. My god, no. I lost my list as well. Okay, let's see. The sea, Liguria. I have so many merchants in the sea right now, not doing a damn thing. We can get Anselm Fanhope to trade textiles for 100 gold coins per turn, but we can also trade in whatever the fuck this is for 300 florins, so we might as well attempt to do that. I lost my place once again in this fucking list. Anselm, Harold Gilby, Randolph Manners is our last merchant not doing anything, and he is heading north for that amber. Okay, you know what? Let's end the turn, and we'll come back next turn and fight in the Battle of Brugge, and it should be good. It should be good. Okay, so we've just had a massive amount of shit happen. First of all, mounted crossbows have been developed. The push lever and ratchet drawing mechanisms have been invented, leading to the development of new cavalry tactics and the introduction of the mounted crossbowman, which, if you were an Italian state, I feel would be very useful. I think Genoa and Milan and Venice, they probably have access to those guys, but don't quote me on that. I don't know for sure. I'm very certain that we don't get mounted crossbowmen, like, ever. And in fact, we should get our longbows pretty soon here, within the next couple decades, I believe. I'm not sure. Also, the Teutonic Order emerges. Are you guys ready for this? Hold on to your fucking butts.
The brooding forests of the Baltic, home to the old gods, now home to war. The ruthless knights of the Teutonic Order, who came to deal with pagan Lithuania at Poland's request, now carve a bloody swathe across the land. The Lithuanian pagans fight with grim determination, yet the path of the Holy Cross may be inevitable. Surrounding this bloody conflict, sleeping giants begin to stir.
Okay, you know what? I believe this is actually the video for when you begin a Teutonic campaign. So I think we get the gist. The Teutons have arrived, and they're gonna fuck up everyone's day. I'm not sure where they actually are on the map, if they're on the map at all. But there you go. Look at that. The Teutonic Order has basically just appeared out of nowhere, which is great. The Papal Inquisition begins. The Papal Inquisition is a response to the failures of the Episcopal Inquisition and is staffed by professionals trained specifically for the job. Individuals are chosen from different orders and secular clergy, but primarily they come from the Dominican order. The Dominicans are favored for their history of anti-heresy, education, and skill in debate. Okay, so now all of our inquisitorial friends around the map now have something to do, some sort of mission, but I don't really know what it is. Anti-heresy, basically. Once again, we're the richest faction. Wonderful. Once again, the most advanced. We also have a new mission to cease hostilities with the Kingdom of Scotland, which puts us in a very awkward position, considering that we have besieged every single one of Scotland's holdings. Fulk Langton, though, has quite a lot of skill compared to our last diplomat to Rome, and now he is actually going to... well, no, that's not what we want to do. We're going to give Rome just a few florins, just, like, it's not a bribe, it's not even really a gift. I mean, it's just, like, a tithe, if you will. It's like a tax that we are basically forced to pay, because, like, who bribes the Pope these days? No one. Why would anyone? No one bribes the Pope, you know what I mean? Jeez. I guess the Teutonic Order has actually appeared, though. They are now at war with Lithuania. I don't know what that means. Like, has an army of theirs just spawned in the middle of nowhere, and they're going to capture a city and then become a faction much like the Mongols have done? I don't know. I don't have any spies or any eyes on Lithuania. Who is blockading this? Novgorod. Okay. I really have no idea. But you know what? What we can do, just continue on as if nothing has happened. Oh no! Harold Lestrange, our priest in Tunis, has died. Look at that. Our priests in Northern Africa are just dropping like flies, apparently. And that is not good at all. Let's see. Who can we stick on these slaves? Harold Gilby is going to die any fucking day now. So we might as well throw him on these slaves. And if he does die, we can always drop another merchant off that at that node when we come back, because he's 70 fucking years old, you guys. He's probably going to die like within a week. He's probably going to kick the fucking bucket, like, hard, too. He's going to kick it, and with full force. Exeter has built a city watch. I believe that's what they built. I'm not sure. Let's just disband these guys, recruit some of those assholes, and build a council chamber. Rennes now has an abbey, and you know what? We're not going to build anything except for an armorer, because why the fuck not? Paris has a printing press. Say that 10 times fast, my goodness. Inverness has a bakehouse, and we shall build some crops now, because they need to eat. Dijon will build some mines for 160 mining income. Not bad at all. Not bad in the least, even though if you look at this, it only says an additional 75 mining income. Dang, that is not nearly as good as they're claiming it is. Let's build some farms in Bern as well, because we got massive negative growth in Bern. And there we go, we recruited an assassin in Clermont, and I just love this portrait. It looks so fucking... I don't even know, it's just hilarious to me for some odd reason. I could not put my finger on it. But we have Miles de Camoy now in Clermont, and he has 2 skill points. So we're going to send him to Italy to deal with shit there. I guess we're going to send him right to Tuscany and Venice, and he can help out Ezio and pals, etc. Whilst the rest of our agents continue about their day. I don't really know. We have so many spies kicking around France, Flanders, and the like. And we have one around Hamburg as well. I can't get this guy into Denmark itself because we've got a massive army in the way. Not a big deal. Oh, look. There's no one on that amber anymore. What are the fucking chances? Holy shit, I cannot believe that. I guess that merchant has just up and died because, well, he knew we were coming for him, first of all. Domenico is probably going to die as well any day now. That would be great. I wouldn't mind throwing a merchant on that trade node eventually. But first we gotta wait for Domenico to die, I suppose. We have a new assassin, Miles. Speaking of assassins, we've got a lot of shit going on in Iberia right now. Namely, we got Herbert, I suppose is his name, Herbert Lazouche. He is trying to track down and kill these Genoese diplomats, and there's one that is very easy to kill, and it is Anselmo de Parma. There we go. Oh shit, this is gonna be fucking great. Are you guys ready for this? He's gonna push this massively suspicious stone. Why was that stone there to begin with? Did he place it there? Did he chisel it? Oh my god, that is frickin' grisly. But there we go. We killed Anselmo de Parma, and we have gained a bit of skill as a result. There we go. Now, Herbert Lazouche has 4 skill points, and perhaps he can kill some other Genoese assholes on this continent. Maybe this Byzantine guy, even though we have nothing against the Byzantines. Maybe we don't want them doing business with the Iberians. I don't know. We could kill him, but I don't see a point to it. Let's hunt down some Genoese agents and the like. Even though we declared peace with the Genoese, we're not at peace. Fuck that. There's got to be some Genoese assholes in Cordoba. Yes, there's Councillor Catalano in Cordoba. Oh shit. Andalusian infantry. Look at these guys. Man. I guess that's what happens when you, Oh shit, another diplomat. Giacomo de Tippin. Granada is still firmly held by the Moors, unfortunately, and slowly becoming Catholic. David Tyndale has a lot of skill now. My god. How's that happen? Okay, we're finally in Africa proper now. I think this territory might be held by the Genoese now. Yes, for some... They've taken Fez. I cannot believe that. The Genoese are just somehow thriving in these ridiculous places. Thomas of Derby doesn't have nearly as much skill as I would hope. As I would wish. He would really have like 1,000,000 skill points, if possible, so that he can just acquire all trade nodes and actually trade the shit out of that ivory, but unfortunately, I guess he can't because he doesn't have the skill. But my god, we can trade silk and sugars for a lot of money, because Constantinople is the place to be, apparently. Even the wheat and the grains are worth like 40 florins, even though that's really not a whole lot. I bet you we could send some priests to Constantinople and really the Byzantine Empire in general, because they're fucking Orthodox, and we can convert them to just regular old Catholicism, I would say. That's another mission for some priests, I suppose, if we had any extras. Speaking of, let's recruit another priest in Marseille, and yay, that's great. We really should have more assassins heading for Northern Africa, considering that that was our original mission, was to assassinate a bunch of Genoese cardinals, but we never got around to it because our assassins are dying before they even arrive, which is not really the greatest, I gotta tell you. Okay, you know what? Enough babbling. I think we can just jump right into the Siege of Bruges. Even though this is going to be a long episode as a result. I ended up rambling way too long, when in reality I should have been attacking Bruges. So here we go. I'm going to... Before I do this, though, I'm just going to quick save. Because last time I attempted to record this episode and fight it, it crashed because there was a massive amount of units on the screen, I suppose. I don't know. But here we go. We're going to assault Bruges, and hopefully it's stable and we don't crash. Oh, shit. I guess we can just take Bruges without fighting Jacques, because Jacques is nowhere near the city. But here we go. We're going to kill the Scottish prince and capture all of his siege equipment. My god. I was hoping that Jacques would reinforce, but I guess we'll just have to attack him after we take Bruges. I'll see you on the battle map.
I shall lead our forces into battle, my lord.
Okay, everyone, here we go. So, it appears that, who is this? Oh, it's Eustace. Eustace Vaughan. He's got his army deployed on the eastern side of the city. And there's a few Scottish units there to counter him. We've got a few near us, though. And basically, there's not nearly enough to defend this fucking place from our greedy hands. I'm gonna put... oh my goodness, we're receiving fire from some Scottish catapults already, and I'm actually going to get my trebuchets to fire at those catapults. There we go. But here we go. I'm gonna get my ladders. Oh, well, they're already going. My god. And my towers are gonna go. Jeez, here comes some catapult fire, and they haven't hit a damn thing though. That's great. My archers though are just fucking letting loose on these assholes on the wall. These Highland archers, which I assume are going to get taken out like really quickly. These light armored assholes are not gonna really last long. I got my light men-at-arms on a ram. They're taking care of that gate. Man, Eustace is making tracks like nobody's fucking business, and I saw a couple fireballs leaving. Holy shit, let's just witness the amazing skills of these Scots right here. They've placed their trebuchets on right behind the highest section of wall they have in the entire fucking place, as if that's a good idea. Okay, so this is just a massive siege and I'm loving it. Unfortunately, Jacques de Bouillon is nowhere to be found. I was really hoping that he would reinforce in this battle, but of course he isn't going to be here. My catapult is doing very little damage to this wall. We got some Scottish urban militia. These guys look pretty sick. And all of our men are already at the walls. And damn, my archers have absolutely cut down these Highland archers. But we have a few mailed foot knights on the other side of the wall. These guys are pretty badass too. Why does every single faction's units look way better than my English units, unfortunately? Like, my feudal foot knights look pretty badass actually, but these mailed foot knights look even better. It's unfortunate. But my archers are going to be firing at my own men pretty soon here, so I need to allocate a better target for them, which is going to be those spear militia there. No, I'm just going to have them stop firing for now. Okay, my feudal foot knights are now spilling onto the walls like some sort of virus, I suppose, like a pest. I don't know, a pestilence of locusts. My light men-at-arms have crawled onto the walls, and now they're attacking some Highlanders. I don't really know how that's going to go. We've also got some Scottish catapults looking like absolute idiots on the far side of the wall there. I've got a bunch of light men-at-arms that can probably get on top of this wall too, if I give them the command, I suppose. I have another ladder as well, which is going to be placed there because my catapults and my trebuchets are just going to stop firing entirely. Why bother? My archers are apparently firing at something, and it is still... Oh shit. These urban spear militia have made it onto the walls, and I guess we can just let loose on those guys because I can't see receiving too much friendly fire from them. My feudal foot knights are still in conflict with the 21 mailed foot knights that reside on the walls. Let's see if I can... No, you know what? I'm not even going to bother. I was going to get my catapults and trebuchets to fire at these Highlanders, but I see no reason to do so. What I could do, though, is place my ladders on the other side of these Highlanders, but it appears that they are already out of the picture, but I can actually place... Oh shit, no. What I will do is fire my catapults and my trebuchets right at that wall where all those Scots are standing, and hopefully we can crumble it beneath their feet. Eustace appears to be doing quite well with all of his urban spear militia. For some reason, though... Oh shit, these guys were already broken. They've lost like 30 men, and they're already fucking fleeing off the wall. I was kind of... Oh shit, these archer militia look super badass. Man, I love it when you look at a unit that has received some armor upgrades that you've never seen before. I love the armor upgrade system in Medieval 2. It just gives me half a chub every time I see a new unit with new fucking threads. What was I going to say? I feel like giving a militia army to my AI reinforcements is A, a good idea, but at the same time B, a bad idea, because their individual army might not be strong enough on its own to really do a good job of seeing off the enemy. I mean, in a field battle, we can move and maneuver our armies close together, but in this kind of situation, I don't know. Oh shit, what a shot that was. We're going to be able to cut these... Oh shit, we're through the gate too. We're going to smash the wall beneath those Scots. And shit, they're routing? No, they're just fucking running away, which is not the same thing. Contrary to popular belief, they are actually tactically retreating. But I will actually just grab all of my units and just tell them to hunt those assholes down. My light men-at-arms are not going to go through the fucking gate because I don't want to get fried, first of all.
Our soldiers have proved their worth today. The enemy's walls
Drop the
belong
ram,
to
you
us
assholes.
now.
There we go. Now get on the walls. My goodness. Oh, Sergeant Swordsman too. We can take those guys out. I'm going to grab light men-at-arms. Tell them to attack. There we go. The Scots are still firing with their catapults, and they're not hitting anything, unfortunately. Speaking of unfortunate events, we are actually getting quite a bit of lag, and I think it's probably because of this shit happening right now. Oh my goodness. The Scots are just murdering like hundreds upon thousands of militiamen because they are spewing forth through this gate, and boiling oil is getting dropped on them. Oh my god, this is a massive army. And it actually looks pretty fucking cool with all these guys just streaming into the gate like there's no tomorrow, but not very smart in the least. I mean, if at all possible, I would have liked to deploy our armies a little closer together, but guess what? That's not how it works, apparently. We have to deploy our armies on either opposite ends, opposite sides of the city, apparently. But we are going to flank these urban spear militia and start to cut them down with our swordsmen. There we go. And our remaining swordsmen, which is all these assholes here, apparently are just going to not really do much, I guess. Those Highlanders have fled somewhere, I don't know. But we can start to get a few units into the heart of the city. For example, my cavalry. And I will use them to flank the Scots. Let's see, we've got merchant cavalry militia tangling with a general's bodyguard. When in reality they have like the entire army is made of spearmen and they're throwing cavalry against like weak cavalry against strong cavalry. Come on, just use all your spears, man. Come on, Eustace, get it together. Do not disgrace the name Eustace. If you begin to behave like, if you continue to behave like this, I may just have to rescind your name. I'm gonna take it back and give it to only those of worth. Oh my god, what are you guys doing? Charge! For the love of God, charge! Those cavalry militia are not going to last in this day and age. A bit of our cavalry has been roasted, unfortunately. Luckily for us, whoever this is, I've already forgotten. He's still alive. I think it's one of the Russells. Samuel Russell, perhaps? I could not tell you, honestly. If I had to bet my life on it, I would not be crazy enough to do it. All my infantry, though, I think it's free to act, so we might as well send them to the courtyard. There we go. Okay, my cavalry is chopping down those fleeing citizens, because they are citizens, they're like militia or whatever, and I'm going to have them charge the Scottish general in the rear. It looks like Eustace has no fucking clue what to do with all these men. They're just kind of standing around, mobbing all over the place. But here we go. Our cavalry has made it to the courtyard, and now we're going to charge the Scottish general in the rear. It's going to be great. There's a few Scottish units left on our section of the wall, and it looks like our infantry can deal with them while we're at it. There's a catapult, and those Highlanders... Oh, shit, spear militia, actually. They've reformed, and now we're just going to send our mob of infantry to deal with them. But here we go. All of our cavalry is streaming forward to take these assholes out. Now that they've wiped out the fucking cavalry militia. Oh my goodness. But there we go. This is pretty much the end of the battle, I believe. And what a battle it was. I love the two-army system. It's fucking great. It actually feels like a real siege, almost. Just so fucking hectic. But anyway, I suppose I could just end the fucking battle here and no one would ever know. But there's a few Scotsmen left, and I'm just gonna run them all down. But you know what? I think I'm just gonna end the battle here, and I'll see you on the campaign map. And there you have it. It is a clear victory, of course. And look at that. The Siege of Bruges, 1225 AD. No experience gained for anyone. Literally no one gained experience in that battle, which I guess is understandable. It's not really a battle that you would learn from. Holy shit. We're going to occupy Bruges. There we go. Kingdom of Aragon hates us, apparently, which is not a big deal. The Pope still not hating us either. He's a little bit pleased with us, but not really that much. We don't have very many cardinals in the College of Cardinals, but we could probably leverage these Portuguese votes. Well, if they wouldn't vote for their own, hopefully they'd vote for our cardinal. You know what I'm going to do? Now that we've occupied Bruges, we can attack Jacques de Bouillon right away, but I'm probably going to hold off on that until next episode. And unless there's too much outcry, I'm just going to fight the remaining battles off camera.
Und I did.
So yes, everyone, I just fought a bunch of battles, which has resulted in the Kingdom of Scotland having been destroyed. And also, Jacques, the beef broth, has turned into a rebel army, unfortunately. It looks like, I think we killed like roughly 3,000 Scots, and we lost like 1,700 Englishmen. We killed the Scottish king, we killed like 2 princes, plus a prince in Bruges, and then there was the last character in Metz who eventually, he was the default king. And yeah, it was a fucking massacre. Sorry you guys couldn't see those battles. I just wanted to refrain from, you know, fighting 4 battles. It might get a little exhausting to watch. But speaking of watching, thank you everyone for watching. Probably gonna end the episode here, so I guess I'll see you guys next time in peacetime. Our first peacetime for like a long, many decades. And now the turns should just be fucking flying by now. Anyway, I'll see you guys next video.